This morning, I want to explain how catfish shotting and having a multiple pond, at least two, can go a long way in making your catfish farm or business a successful one. Welcome to Farms, and here are the 3 feet that we are currently using for our 3 pond, because currently, as we have said, we have 3 active ponds. One of the pond is having 700 pieces of catfish. The second one is having 700 pieces of catfish, while the last one, which is the small one, is having around 500, close to 500 pieces. So like we have explained, they are the same set of fish that we collected at the same time. So we do the shotting, and after the shotting, there have to be a separation from their feed. So it has been like that since the time we shot them, especially when they move to like 4 mm, because the bigger ones, which is the first shotting, will definitely resume 4 mm earlier than the other ones, while the second shotting will join, then the last one will join later on as well. So now let me show you what it really looks like. This is 4 mm, the same feed we told you that we are using, which is a alpha feed, which is slow sinking feed. It's not a 100% floating, but it's semi. We can call it a semi or slow. So the complaint, the label is slow sinking, but we can call it semi sinking, which is still very fine, and it gives your fish a very balanced and a very perfect weight. So that is why from 4 mm we cease to use blue crown from 4 mm. So it's what we have done, and we have seen the different results. So and it's a bit cheaper compared to in kg compared to blue crown. So this is 4 mm. So the last shotting, which is the third small pond, they are on 4 mm. I think you can see the size. Now the second pond, which is the second shotting, they are on 6 mm. I think you can see the size. Now the first pond, which is the first shotting, they are on 9 mm, which is the biggest we have in our region for now. So I think you can see 9 mm is a big seed. I think you can see it's a big seed, and it's semi floating, which is low sinking as well. Now let me explain what I want to drive out this morning. Now imagine a fish or fishes that are eating this size, and fishes that are eating this size, they are all locked in the same pond. How do you want the growth to be balanced? How are you not the one that even encourage more cannibalism in the first place? Because catfish, in their nature, they are a cannibalist stuff. I hope you understand my English. Sorry. So that is their nature. They are cannibals. They are cannibals. So if you now put the one that is eating this 4 mm and the one that is eating this one into one pond, I think is a casualty from the start. So, and I want us to picture it this way: like you as human being, you are being put in a room where you have your mates, and you are being put in a room where you have one giant, like times 2 of you. Many too, there are many. Even the giants will be many than the ones of your size. How will you feel in that kind of room or house or surrounding? when you see those giants, which fear are you not going to be living in fear that look at this man, look at this giant woman. So it is intimidating. I hope you are getting my point, everyone. So it is self-intimidating. There is no better way to explain it than you cannot live perfectly okay having giants are all around you every blessed day. If you sleep, you are with giants. When you wake up, you are with giants. In the morning, you might say they will get used to it. No, it doesn't play out like that. They won't get used to it because they are all vying, have been struggling to hit at every time that you want to feed them. So despite that, the small one will hit, but they are not totally secured. So that is the point I'm trying to drive out. So there's no way or a better way to do it than to get at least 2 pond. So if you have 2 pond, even if what your pond can contain is 1,000 fishes, you at least you have two sets like that. When you collect your 2,000 fingerlings or juvenile, let it grow small before you short them, so that the gap between them, between their growth, will not be too much. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Don't short like the first week. If possible, short like maybe after 2 weeks, so their growth as at that time must have been a very reasonable one. I hope you get what I'm saying. So if you now short them into 2 pond, that is, you have 1,000 that is the biggest ones in 1 pond, while you have the other 1,000 that is the average of smallest one into the other pond, which keeps you more safe than keeping the whole fish in one tank. So it's a big disaster from the start. So shorting and having a multiple pond will go a longer way in determining the success of your catfish journey. So you cannot survive like we have been advocating in the past with 1 pond if you are really going into catfish business, either medium or large scale. 1 pond cannot, and shorting is very important. If anybody tell you that shorting is not important, they must be deceiving you. Hope you understand. So the first thing, as we have said in this fish farm, which have been our own challenge here so far, is water. So if water issue is not there for you, then you have to get money ready for your feed. Don't rationalize feeding. Don't short feed and don't overfeed. That rule is very basic. It's non-negotiable. Don't overfeed. Don't short feed. So and the another thing is electricity. So if you are not even though if you have enough water and you have money to buy feed, if light, you cannot run on gen. Let me be frank with all of us, and the farm will not be stressful, or it will be successful as it's supposed to. So you need a government grid, which is in Nigeria we call it NEPA or PACN. So but even at that, with PACN, if you have money to install a solar pump that will be DC and AC, we have a solar pump, we have some solar pump that is DC and AC. So if you get that kind of pump, then you are even saving a lot from your electricity bill. In case, like some areas now in Nigeria, if you are on band A, so the charges will be so much. I hope you get what I'm saying. The charges, the electricity bill will be so much. So it's always the best thing, if you're operating a fish farm, to be on solar. So you can just use the light, if you are having a stable light, as a backup, or maybe in the night, to pump in your storage tanks against the next morning that maybe you'll be changing the water again. So that is how you can survive in this business. Or running on generator is not good, but it is optional, and it's a relief if that is what is available at the time. But in the long run, it won't be the best option. You have to plan a solar uh, pump, which is it is not too expensive and it's not very cheap as well. So let me now take you to these 3 points before I end this video. I think you have seen the feed, so let's go through. So this is a first point. This is the first point that is eating the, you can see they are even hungry. This is the first point that is eating the 9mm. You can see they are very healthy and hearty. They thought I brought food for them because it's around 9 a.m. already. So they thought I brought food for them. They are hungry. So this is the first point that is eating 9mm. I think you can see. So let's go to the second point. So you can see the first point. So it's not something that is not real that we are telling you here. So this is the second point that is still on 6mm, and you can see their size too. So these ones, they have come out before. I think okay, they are gathering too. I think you can see. So you can see their head. Even if you cannot see the whole body, the head compared to that one is a different head. I think you can. I mean the size of the head. So that's the way it is. So let me move to the last one. So this tank, we have this tank, but we are not using it yet. So we just put it here. We brought it from our other end of the farm here. So we want to use it for broodstock because later we are planning a hatchery, but it's not now. Maybe anytime from next year. So I think this way we will have our broodstock or any other place. But for now, we have this in plan. So we just select fish and put them there. So this is the last one, which is the smallest pond that is housing close to 500. I think you can see their size. So now imagine, look at the heads clearly, properly. Is it not a casualty that you now put all this one in one pond with that biggest one? I'm telling you, by the time they are just hungry, the fishes, these ones, will just be entering the other one's mouth, with ease, and this one will just, they will just be making them food. So you can see the advantages of shorting, and while having a multiple pond is very important. We still have 4 ponds untapped. It has been casted since 2017, as we tell you that we start this fish farm. As you can see, the body is a cast. We just raised this level last year to make it a bit up, but the real pond casting has been done since 2017 that we started the business. The challenges of water and light has been a major drawback, which we will overcome um, very soon by God's grace. So let's be in this journey together. Follow us, and let's make things happen together. We are not going to hide anything from you. It's a very straightforward business, and this is a business which we have understand so perfectly. So the challenges, it has even given us more headroom in this journey. So we thank God. It is not the end of the farm. So the farm has been moving even at a very slow pace, because when you have challenges and you don't have money of people that will finance you or will support you, you have to grow at your own pace, which is not a problem anyways. So follow us and let's move together so that you can continue to see our updates every now and then, because most time we post like 3 videos, 4 videos uh, per week. So it depends on the activities we have. We don't just post video for content or for anything sake. So we are here to educate ourselves. So we only do video when it is necessary and to make sure we carry everyone along. So subscribe and let's move together. Bye for now.